Like the video and subscribe to our channel right now and get 1 week of amazing luck. Have you gone fishing before? How big was the fish you caught?
Was it as long as your arm or as heavy that you couldn't get it out of the water?
Many of you can boast of impressive catches, but few can claim of catching a shark weighing more than a ton. Today I'll show you the biggest and record-breaking catches in the world that will impress you. Number 15. The undefeatable black marlin. The black marlin is one of the most difficult fish to catch because they've adapted to know exactly how to remove fishing hooks out of their mouths. You'll have to wait for at least 10 to 14 hours to catch just one of these bad boys. This huge black marlin is 8.5 feet long and weighs a whopping 2,000 pounds. What's amazing about this catch is that even the most skilled anglers would take at least 3 hours to hook this fish. If these guys simply took a few minutes to do it, that's the catch of all time. Number 14. Killer catfish. Although catfish have a cute title, they are nothing like the fluffy little cuties we enjoy on land. Catfish are completely nuts. They can be so vicious that they can even kill a human, which is enough to deter most people from ever attempting to capture one. These guys thought they were going after a regular-sized catfish, but when it reached the surface, they couldn't even lift it onto their boats. When they did, they realized it was an 8.5-foot catfish, so large that it required 2 of them to even hold it up, and it weighed roughly 250 pounds. Number 13. The unbeatable bluefin tuna. Bluefin tuna are a critically endangered type of fish, and illicit fishing has drastically depleted the overall availability of this species in recent decades. But this does not deter fishing corporations from all over the world from pursuing them. As awful as it may be, we cannot dispute the size of this capture. These fishermen caught 3 massive bluefin tuna, each weighing approximately 500 pounds, which is ridiculous not only because it's hefty but also because this species is extremely difficult to catch. Blue and tuna fish are incredibly intelligent, therefore they rarely fall for standard baits. If you do capture them, you must act quickly because they struggle in such a way that they end up elevating their body temperatures to the point where they cook themselves. Regardless, catching so many of them is the weirdest part of it all, and it makes this catch even more spectacular. Number 12. Monster Atlantic Goliath Grouper. If the fish's name includes the word monster, you can bet it'll be a monster.
Goliath groupers do not come in modest sizes, so everyone expects them to be large.
Yet, this is not the type of fish you can catch on a hook, not only because they are large, but also because they are excellent at hiding from people. Getting one of them is a near miracle, which these men accomplished. This Goliath grouper was so large that they had to pause for a moment to consider what they were going to do with it. They attempted to load it into the boat at first but discovered it could only hold a maximum of 550 pounds. This incredible catch weighed 800 pounds, which is nearly double the size of the boat they were aboard. If it isn't a large number, we don't know what is. Number 11. Deadly eaglehead stingray. If we've learned anything from Steve Irwin, it's that we should avoid all stingrays at all costs. Because they have massive stingers, hence the name, they may inject extremely deadly poison directly into a human's heart, killing them in minutes, if not seconds. With all of that danger in mind, approaching one of these can be terrifying, but this guy did it nonetheless. He got into the ocean with a gigantic eaglehead stingray, and it took him 20 minutes to bring it on the shore. He not only got up close to the fish, but he also stroked it like a dog before releasing it. A tremendous catch with a fantastic finale. Number 10. Massive swordfish. They have a reputation for being tough to catch because to their speed. Even if you hook one, the little swordfish normally bounce about so much that they can untangle themselves within a minute or so. The larger they grow, the more difficult they are to catch, which is why this one is so spectacular. These guys set out to get the biggest swordfish they could, but they were only anticipating 50 to 60 pound swordfish. Instead, they got a massive 252-pound swordfish that couldn't even fit on their boat. That's when you realize the catch is a touch too big, but it was just right for them. Number 9. Gigantic hammerhead shark. Now here's what happened. These guys were out fishing for medium-sized blacktip sharks when a giant hammerhead shark appeared out of nowhere and swallowed their catch whole, causing them to be reeled in instead. As they got close enough to the boat to unhook it, they measured it with some rope and it measured 14 feet 7 inches. That is not only large for a hammerhead but also far too large for any shark. This capture was so massive that even the men who caught it couldn't believe their eyes, and we can't either. Number 8. Living fossil Warsaw grouper. Warsaw groupers are notoriously difficult to catch since they typically live in the depths of the ocean and rarely venture into shallow seas. As a result, most anglers do not anticipate capturing them in open seas, but these guys were fortunate and talented enough to catch one. They were surprised when they initially brought it in since it took 4 men and all of their power to bring the Warsaw grouper onto the boats. As they docked, they had to use a tractor to get it off the boat. Once off, they measured it and discovered that this gigantic beast weighed close to 300 pounds. That is one of the largest groupers ever captured on film. Number 7. Tiger sharks. Tiger sharks aren't typically caught on purpose, but they do occasionally end up on the hook. That's exactly what occurred here when a 14-foot tiger shark became entangled on a hook intended for a completely different animal. When the fishers were attempting to unhook it, they decided to weigh it just for fun and discovered that it weighed at least 1,000 pounds. What's odd is that the shark hung out there the entire time it was caught, almost as if it understood the men didn't mean it any harm and just hung out there waiting to be unhooked before continuing on its merry way. Number 6. Amazing Mahi Mahi. Mahi Mahi is one of the most distinctive fish in the world. They're brilliant, vibrant, and incredibly intelligent. They're also quite swift and strong, making it difficult to catch them. That's why, even when a standard one of these is caught, it's quite a big thing, but this one simply stunned everyone with its size. This was a 5-foot-long, 30-pound Mahi Mahi, which is roughly double the size of a typical one. It's no surprise that everyone on this boat was overjoyed to witness the utter beast. Number 5. The gentle giant, mirror carp. Mirror carp aren't the most difficult to catch, although they are often little. Most individuals catch fish that are only a few pounds, but this man blasted them all out of the water with his catch. He was able to catch a monster 72-pound mirror carp that was so large that he struggled to hold it up, which is an unexpected catch. Number 4. A giant sturgeon. Sturgeons are renowned as the ocean's living dinosaurs. They've been around for millions of years and have had to dodge some serious issues with humans. This sturgeon, on the other hand, evidently didn't receive the hint because it not only got snagged on a hook but also hopped right up the side of the boat. What's even more bizarre about this catch is that they extracted it with their bare hands before unhooking it and releasing it. This fish weighed in at over 400 pounds, making it one of the largest sturgeons ever caught. Number 3. Largest carps. It's the most recent record in the series, but it's also one of the most interesting because the fish was caught by an 11-year-old boy rather than an experienced fisherman. Callum Pettit was fishing with his father Stuart in the French city of Reims in May of this year. Callum caught a massive carp measuring 96 pounds when fishing with bait laced with banana pie. The carp weighed only 4.4 pounds less than the boy. The child needed 20 minutes to get a grip on his capture because the water in the river was cloudy and the fisherman didn't know the magnitude of the catch. It wasn't until the boy's father chose to put the fish in the net that he realized it was one of Europe's largest carps, and it was. Callum's fish became a record and the largest not just in Europe but also in the world in 2022. The record-breaking carp was dubbed Big Girl, which seems like an appropriate name to me considering carp typically weigh between 4 and 31 pounds. Number 2. The whale shark. The whale shark, which can grow to 66 feet and weigh more than 66,000 pounds, is the largest shark in the world and can easily weigh more than a ton. Unlike the great white shark,
The whale shark swims calmly while consuming large amounts of plankton.
Yet, catching this good shark is also possible. The most famous and record-breaking example occurred in Pakistan a few years ago, when Pakistani fishermen hauled a 39.3-foot whale shark carcass out of the water. This Pakistani shark turned out to be one of the largest ever caught by fishermen in history. The shark was so enormous that the carcass had to be raised with cranes to get it to the surface. The shark was so enormous that the carcass had to be raised with cranes to get it to the surface. Number 1. Alligator gar. Another hazardous fish is the alligator gar.
When compared to the alligator, the fish has 2 rows of big teeth in the upper jaw.
Also, the fish's jaw appears like the jaw of an alligator, and some experts claim it is stronger than the reptiles. Their teeth are so keen that they can grind bones. Despite these unsettling facts, a fisherman called John Morris chose to begin pursuing the monster. What do you think about this video? Let us know in the comment box down below. Like the video and subscribe to our channel for more amazing videos.